Hi, Steve Bexon, Bexonetti, Lextek Modena Milano Sports Exhaust. A lot of people have bought them off me online. Thank you very much. This is my first attempt at doing a video. So, the brackets that's supplied, this is what I call the lower engine mounting and the upper engine mounting, and then that is the lower shock. So by utilising these fittings, we can fit our exhaust. Our exhaust, of course, has been rejigged to fit the Modenas and the Milanos. One sort of difference that I've discovered today, because this is a 50cc scooter, I have had to put a little spacer in one of these at the back of the bracket, because there is a difference on that mounting to the 125. I've got a 125, and of course 95% of the exhausts that we sell are for 125s, and I believe I may be one of the only suppliers doing an exhaust for the 50. So do you want to can you just get that bottom bracket there, Chris, from here, from this angle? Cool. So yeah, there we've got it. We've got so that's your bottom mounting, top mounting, and then this of course is the hanger. So if you want to pause it or stop. Okay, so this is the exhaust, originally manufactured for generic GY6 scooters, but in its standard form will not fit your Modena and Milano, because it needs to be rejigged, and on the 50s we can still bend them, but on the 125s we basically cut off the manifold and the trumpet, and then we put a new steel pipe in there. But of course that means that it's no longer chrome. So we've also done a short cut off where we cut it here, and then that will allow you to have your original front pipe, and basically the back end just slides onto the pipe as I mean, I call it a quick fit exhaust and what have you. If the exhaust has been off and on, your manifold studs are 6mm, so if they get too much abuse they will snap. We've also got an 8mm hole on here which can give you inbound and outbound movement, which we'll discuss later on in the video. Cheers, Chris. Okay, what we have here is our sports gasket. Your original gasket is the crush gasket, and more often than not that it's either completely crushed or obliterated on the manifold, and sometimes, depending on what type of crush gasket you use, it can be quite difficult to get them back in place. So what we have here is the quick fit type gasket, which you can actually get the exhaust in place and then pop it into the right position, which you can't do with the original gasket. These are available with postage, £6. All right, thank you. Right, so what you do is you put the exhaust together, line up the front top pipe, and this is where it's handy if you've got a friend to support the back end. Get the front manifold in, obviously with the gasket, and just run the nuts up and then run the nuts off again. On the 50, because the stand and everything else is completely different, the exhaust will rest on the stand whilst you're fitting. However, once the nuts have gone up on the manifold as to where they should be, obviously it pulls the pipe up that 4 or 5mm that you need for clearance. So run the front nuts up, but you are again running the nuts up with the exhaust loose. You can then get your final positioning on here, on this exhaust, we've got. Can you actually get into here, Chris? Yeah. So we've got 3 of the elongated 8mm nuts on there for strength, and then we've got capped off with another 8mm. I have got dome nuts that can fit on there just for the polish and whatnots. However, I'm in a different workshop today. So, just up there, fiddle around here, up and down to get your can in the right position. Because what you need, now on the 125, you need to make sure there's sufficient clearance here, because it does come again within 5 to 10mm of your plastic cowling. Too close and it's going to melt. Not necessarily a problem on the 50. Here, again, 5mm is your clearance between your stand and your front pipe. Once you're happy, from the back, tighten up, and then with the engine running, tighten up your manifold studs. That's expansion and contraction. Do your front up, not massively tight. Don't forget they are 6mm studs. Too much and they're going to snap. And well, there you go. Enjoy.